Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Mary Jo and happy Memorial Day weekend to everyone. I hope you have a safe weekend, whether you're with family or working. And thank you to all the people who have served and honored our country. I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate everyone who is subscribing and sharing and liking and tweeting about my videos. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for subscribing. But this weekly reading is for May 29th, 2016 to June 4th, 2016. There goes May, but we are still in Gemini. The sun is in Gemini, and the moon will be transiting from Pisces right now to Taurus and then to Gemini. And we start off with a major arcana with the Hierophant. This is a card that always, when I get it, I think of, yes, church and state, but I think of people who are maybe a bit stubborn in their ways of thinking and somewhat controlling. So for some of you, it feels like people are trying to control you. There are people who maybe are well-meaning in your life, maybe people of some higher stature or standing. Could be like a dean from your college, could be your boss or CEO. It could be someone in the church, a hierarchy, or even someone in your family who you have a great deal of respect for, but they're kind of old school, their old way of thinking, and it just doesn't resonate with you, even though you respect what their way of thinking is and what society is saying. You have your own ideas and you want to branch out. So this person may be a little bit too stubborn or thick-headed, they say. Like they don't want to bend with you. They expect you to always do what they taught you to do or what they feel is tried and true. And we know with the 5, there's that energy that is looking to go somewhere. It's got to be more creative here. So if it's someone who's being very pushy with you and stubborn with you, maybe you can look at a different way of dealing with this person. If this is you being stubborn and pushy or even very imposing, it's saying you need to stop being so stubborn and think about what you're saying and doing with the person in this situation. And would you like them to do this to you? You know, remember, it's not always about being right. It's more important to be happy. So whatever this is in your life, whether, you know, it is a general reading, if it's a love relationship, if it's about school or work, a career you've chosen, family members, a loved one, who's being stubborn here? Who isn't bending? Who isn't willing to try something new? Or who's insisting on doing the same thing over again and it doesn't resonate with you? And if it is you being stubborn, try and look at the other person's way of thinking. Even if you don't agree, offer an ear to try and show some, well, compassion, especially right now with the moon being in Pisces. It is about being compassionate. Instead of being, like, this is Taurus in astrology, instead of being a stubborn bull about this, immovable, try and be more flexible and give a little bit. And that would help with this energy of the 5. Get more creative. Put the energy to good creative use instead of being something of uncertainty. Because it does look like it's some squabbling going on. You have another 5. So who are you arguing with? What quarrels are going on? Who's winning and who's losing here? You know, here it looks like in the end, well, the victor didn't get all the spoils. And there are people that are left hurt by this and destroyed, or, you know, they've turned their back on either you, or maybe it's something that you feel in the argument you've lost and you're turning your back on. Again, this is 5 energy. There's 2 5s with uncertainty and stubborn, quarreling. Or maybe even your thinking, because it is the swords. It's not always just your words. It is the intellect, you know, the mental realm. So where is your thinking right now? Do you feel like you got robbed? Did someone cheat you? Did someone stab you in the back? Is there uncertainty going on? You know, 5. You think this is going on. Things aren't clear now. It's still a little clouded. You've got to clear the air. Maybe conversation would be best. And going back like with the Hierophant here, maybe it's something you're being too stubborn on or the other person is being too stubborn on, and you're quarreling or arguing, or harsh words, sarcastic words. You slice them with this sword so hard and mean, or they've done this to you. Someone is feeling left hurt here. And in the end, really no one is the winner here. Even this person doesn't look like, yeah, I got it all, I won. and they've left people hurt, or you're the one who's been left hurt. Remember, it's not about being right. It's about being happy. And there are times when you must compromise, talk things through. So this quarrel is going really nowhere fast, and someone is being too pushy and stubborn and imposing, and you need to relax that, put down the swords, open up the communication. If someone has wronged you, again, it is up to you to forgive them and let it go. Maybe it's too painful for you right now, but it would be best once the swords are down and things are calmer for you to talk this through and try and find some sort of balance and harmony here. And again, if it has to do with school or your job or with work or your health, where you're feeling cheated here or slighted or things didn't go the way you wanted it to, you feel like you were left empty-handed here. Just know that is uncertainty. It's not always that what seems is. Sometimes things are not presented in the way that they truly are, and you have to let it unfold. Like I said with this 5 energy, something is still in motion here. Let it reveal itself to you. Try and keep yourself calm. If you, instead of arguing, keep your mouth shut. Put the swords down. Be prepared to defend yourself in a righteous, logical way without being over emotional and crazy about it. But just know, the way you would want to be treated in this situation, think of the other person. No matter how angry or upset you are, always think that that could be you. Okay? And if this is you who's wounded and hurt by this person, again, it doesn't look like they feel victorious. Things will re-present themselves and you'll have the opportunity to heal this. And with the King of Wands, it's also, now to me this is a male father figure or father, or it definitely is a very strong presence of an energy. This person has been through a lot in their life and worked very hard for everything. If they have children, or they are just an older person, to me they're older than 35, 40 years old, or they just have the wisdom of it. But this is a person who's lived a long, hard life and come through it all. They're very creative. This is very masculine energy, like the male seed. This is that spark. This person is very, very spiritual or intuitive at least. They're great with nature and the outdoors, and animals love them, and they also love to be outside. They might even like the warmer weather, this person. But this person is very diplomatic. All right, this king, now he rules the flame, the fire element, but the kings are always about intellect. So this man has the wisdom, but he also has that deep spiritual connection, whether he shows it or not. He's the type of person who has great ideas and initiates them, and people look up to him. But he's the type of person that his ideas are put into play, and not necessarily that he's doing it. So this person coming here might be someone you can turn to for advice, to talk this through. And if it isn't that, and this is a person that maybe you should be emulating right now. Someone who comes up with the creative ideas and the all-spark of energy to resolve this situation that's really not going anywhere, and this is stubborn energy by somebody not giving and relenting, and this is someone who's really left empty-handed or feels that they didn't win, even though, like they say, you win the war but lose the battle. Maybe this is the energy you need to take on. Diplomatic energy, a way of coming up with an idea to make this work. Again, using your logical mind instead of that fiery passion energy of aggression, which this male energy usually is. But this energy is masculine seed, it's life. So create a new idea, a way to resolve this situation and make that attempt. Okay, because this is something that you need to put into action. The king comes up with the idea. So come up with that idea of how to heal this. Now, and he's looking, this person, or if it's you even, if it's a female, is looking for resolve. And this person is looking away. Like they've turned their back on you, if this is you in the situation. And if you're the one who did the oppressing here, well, you've turned your back on this person. But this is definitely energy that's looking to make peace and come out with the best resolve. And we are transiting Taurus this week, so there is that stubborn mule, and this is Taurus. But then we go into Gemini, and Gemini is open communication when the moon in Gemini. So it may be something even later on in the week, not till around the 4th or 5th of June, that you look to resolve it. And the way that Venus will be transiting early June, that is a month of love and compassion and healing. So I really feel that whatever this is, it's going to blow over by the first week of June. I did pull an oracle card for you from our Nature's Whispers guidebook, and it's number 40, show your support. So now we have a 0 after the 4, so that makes the number 4 exponentially greater. 4 is about completion, you know, like you think of a box, all 4 sides complete. So this is something that you need to complete. So I asked for some affirmation or confirmation with these cards, or added support. And this is what the book says. Take time to encourage a colleague, co-worker, family member, or friend. Be a strong shoulder or willing volunteer to run errands. Provide a safe space for another's concerns and feelings to be discussed, and be a good listener. Jump in on providing extra time. Sponsor someone else's work. Share in someone's successes. All of nature continually shows us the value in creating a strong network. The trees provide shelter and support for many different inhabitants. We are a community, and when we support each other, everyone gains. So to me, this ties in very beautifully, Spirit, with this reading, with showing your support. So there's someone who can help support you in this situation, or you need to be the diplomat and be supportive in this situation. If something's going on around you with someone in your life, it's up to you to take the initiative. Like this king, have the ideas, calm, cool intellect, but take action. Show your strength here and create a healing situation. And whatever this is in your life, try and apply that overall message to it. And we see here the maiden is reaching out to the little fairy who's offering it a rose and a flower. The colors are beautiful surrounding it. These beautiful blues and violets and lilacs, even in her hair and her dreads. And we see the birds here and someone in a boat in the water, showing the communal oneness we are, with the air, the land, the sea, the passion, the fire, our energy. We are all interconnected. And sometimes you need to show your support to someone. And just like the soldiers have supported us in many wars and fights in this country, they have been there for us and laid down their lives for us. And many of them, thank God, have come home safely. That's what this weekend is all about, remembering. Show your support even for the men and women who have served in our country. We are connected. You don't have to know the person. You could send out prayers, thoughts, well wishes. But if you can reach your hand out to someone this week or at this time, do that. Remember, everything that you do comes back to you, and the love that you offer is returned to you tenfold. Well, thank you, Spirit. That really is a beautiful reading. I love this. I was worried about the energy at first, and I said, oh, think of it with all positives. We know something is going to come out of this with growth. So I do hope that this gives you some help, guidance, and peace, and it makes sense to you in your life right now. I thank you again for supporting my channel and subscribing. I wish everyone a wonderful, happy Memorial Day weekend. Oh, as this beautiful butterfly is just flying in. New beginnings for all of you, and as always, I wish you the best.